the anointed king. It is the only begotten of the Father. He was begotten of the Father in a time that no man can know. For it is declared that no man can declare his generation. This is what the prophet said. He came forth and he was begotten of the Father in a generation that no man on the earth knows, because it was before the world was. Happened before the sun, before the moon, before the stars. Before all things that were made, this happened. When did it happen? What day, what time? No man knows. Him who sits on the right hand of the Father, this is his earth. He is the king who will come down to rule the nations. You better hear me. Set your house in order. Look around you and look at the evil and the wickedness. Look at how the young people run to and fro, filled with lust, drinking of the things of the flesh, laughing and playing uncontrolled, with no fear of Yahuwah in their heart, no fear of the Almighty, laughing at the things of the word. But let me tell you something, destruction and the end of this world is going to come in a moment, in an instant. It's coming. You look at what's going on in this world today, the abominations that the nations are now lifting up to the heavenly places, the things that the Almighty said are abomination, are things that they are supporting now. The things that cause heaven to vomit is what they support. How much longer do you think it's going to be? There were fools in the day of Noah as they ran their mouths just before the time of the flood. But the flood came and took all of the sinners, the whores, the whoremongers, the liars, the scientists, and everything else on the earth, took them all away. And the fire will come at the end of this age, when the heavens open and the Malachim come down and the Son of Man shall be seen. He's coming, this time with fire. And it says that the slain of Yahuwah shall be from one end of the earth to the other end, and they shall lay as dung upon the earth. This is where we're at right now. And when it hits, the world is not going to be ready. You're going to have them folks that love their sports, their boxing, their football, their baseball, their basketball. When the end comes, it's going to bust them wide open. Everybody, the evil and the wicked ones in high places, with their thievery and their theft, the sorcerers, conjuring up their elixirs to poison humanity. They'll be doing their evil when the end comes, and it's going to bust them wide open. The whores are going to be whoring. The whoremongers will be whoremongering. The drunkards will be drunk. The liars will be still lying. The schemers will be still scheming. The haters will be still hating. Those who are doing the forbidden things in the spiritual realms, they're all going to be caught when the king comes. They are not going to be ready when it hits. Set your house in order, because I'm going to tell you, when the end comes, the world is not going to be ready. I've told you before, and I'll say it to you again, they won't be ready. They are the unbelieving. They sit back and laugh when they listen to my words, just like they laughed at Noah. They laughed. They said the Bible is just a fictional book. This Jesus that you're talking about, I don't know what that name is, Yahushua or whatever you say. All that stuff is made up. Let me tell you something. Those people are going to shake. They're going to tremble. They're going to run. But there's not going to be any place for them to run. There'll be no place for them to hide when the end comes. No place for any of them to hide. And they're not going to be doing all that talking when the end comes. I promise you that. All this talking, all this chest beating, it's going to stop. And in their heart, everything in them going to drop. I'm speaking this by prophecy. Everything in them is going to drop. Because at that moment when the end comes, every one of them going to know it's the end. And the neshama in them is going to bear witness that this is Al Shaddai. And the one that was spoken of by the prophets, the word, the logos, he's coming in the clouds with power and great glory, and the Malachim are coming with him. You better hear me. It's coming. Set your house in order and move away from these fools, because the earth is becoming more and more corrupt every day. The people's minds are becoming more corrupt every day. They're becoming more wicked every day. You better